Alright, hello, welcome to my political life video blog. Here's my observation for you. I see this is what you want about this one, because keep it civilized, but who knows who's civilized. You know why? Because that's why I did talk to oh yes, Mark Levin. Yes, the great one, Mark Levin, on last Friday's Blaze Newswire on the Blaze Television Network, and that's why he wrote this new book. It talks about the media, the liberal media bias pressure pipe, but the liberal media bias pressure people buffoon Smurfs. Try to do something very stupid about this one, and you know why? Because the liberal media does, they don't give a you guessed it. Because Mark tells me that the media has an all out push to take the president out. So it happens. So it was a wonderful, huge interview last Friday. Couldn't even forget about this one. But there's something wrong with this picture that I don't even get, and that is CNN, the liberals' own Brian Stelter. And that's why he wants to take a jab at, you guessed it, Mark Levin's #1 book, just before he even read it, because that's why he strikes back. Strikebacks. And give me one good reasons why. Because here's my observation for you. I haven't seen this one, because his new book's called On Freedom of the Press, has been already nailed #1. Wow, on Amazon.com for best-selling book list. I gotta check this out. It's gonna be wonderful. And guess what? It's not even official available until, you guessed it, Monday. Till you guessed it, midnight. Well, hate to break this to you, but because the strong pre-orders of Levin's book try to bump into, you guessed it, Howard Stern's memoir. You guessed it, Howard Stern Comes Again, from its top spot. Whoa, boy. Take that, Howard Stern. In case you didn't know the narrative, haven't you? But here's the observation for you. CNN, the liberals' own, you guessed it, Brian Stelter. Yeah, boy, he doesn't have a prayer about this one. Didn't bother to read the book because he tried to take a huge jab at his online newsletter, Mediaite. Just report it. Oh boy. So here's my observation for you. I sat down with Mark Levin last Friday night on the Blaze TV, and here's what Mark Levin says about the media. Yeah, the liberal media bias pressure people buffoon Smurfs. Listen to this. And listen to this. Just listen to this exchange. So where's the soundbite? And it talks about this, liberal media bias pressure people buffoon Smurfs. You guessed it. About the Russia hoax, about this one narrative, and I have no clue whatsoever. So listen to this. Listen to this. And I have no clue whatsoever, and give me one good reasons why it happens. And listen to this exchange. Listen to this from Mark Levin. This guy's good.
One Direction. You can't find a dime's worth of difference between the media and the Democrat. Look at the guests they've written. One of the great problems.
Right.
In 1942, there was a commission. The media looked at the media. The media never looked at the media and said, the media actually looked at the media. But this is in the book. And
This is the book here.
And what they said is, they gave a blaring alarm. It's like one of the great fears we I point out in this book, there's a study by the Schwarzbach Center. That's what it is. They study the media. They looked at the first 100 days of coverage of Donald Trump. You know what they found? 90% of the coverage was CNN, over 80% was Washington Post. Nobody was below the mid 70% range except Fox. It was 52-48% negative, positive, about as even-handed as you can get on the news side. There's no distinction between news and opinion on these other networks. It's hard to find distinction between news and opinion in the front pages of the New York Times and the Washington Post.
Yes.
I'll give you a few more examples. You actually, political already.
Yeah, you know. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be, you know, Mark Levin is right. Because the anti-Trump media bias, pressure, people, buffoons, smirks are pathetic. I bet they live in a huge crisis. What's so hard about this one? Because Brian Stelter took a huge jab at him, and give me one good reasons why. This is what he wrote. It says Mark Levin's Hate the Media book is number 1. Right? God. Mark Levin's book on freedom of the press comes out Tuesday. Thanks to his numerous plugs on his radio show and on Fox. He's at number 1 on Amazon. What? So what? Mark Levin is number 1. Yes. And that's why he's also the great one, Mark Levin. So what's wrong with that? And then you try to overreacting like this. It says, his overarching message, you can't trust them. Let me tell you something. Brian Stelter. Mark Levin, that's right, he's the host of Levin TV, only on the Blaze TV. Just before, on Thursdays, every time I get on, my final thoughts on the Blaze TV, every Thursdays. And you wonder why? Because you try to be jealous of Mark Levin, and you try to trash Mark Levin on purpose. And by the way, he's also host of Life, Liberty, and Levin on Fox every Sunday. And that's why, here's my observation for you on Twitter. Let me tell you something. Here's my observation for you. If you know what I mean on this Twitter account. Sadly, CNN the liberal zone, you, Brian Stelter, you've been unstable and obsessed and does a great disservice to the press and also freedom in the public. Because Mark Levin is right. You have no professional journalistic standards. And guess what? Is incapable of changing the course. And that's why you try to contribute to the demise of the media's credibility. You are so dumb. Oh boy, that's why, according to, you guessed it, Newsbusters. You know why? Because right wing, yeah, could be more to hate about this one. And I hate to burst your bubble. This is what you look like, and this is what everybody looks like. You don't have a prayer, and then you come out, and then one more thing, you come out with another stupid, idiotic excuses. Did you? Because he didn't says I didn't bash Levin's. That's what you are. That's what you are. You bashing Mark Levin's #1 book, and you know why? You know why? Because you tell on your Twitter account that it was full of hate, the media rhetoric. Here's your rhetoric, all right. Would you like to? Can I give you 2 aspirins? Can I give you 2 aspirins about your headache, about your rhetoric headache of yours? Because you don't know the deal, and you don't give a darn, haven't you? Because Mark Levin is bashing you right back in your face. And that's what you get for bashing Mark Levin's, yes, book, #1 book. And give me one good reasons why you have a problem. That's right, you have a problem. And by the way, Mark Levin has just pointed out something, that you have a confirmed to the point of no return that everybody wants to talk about the book. And here's why he tweeted on his Twitter account, on Mark Levin's Twitter account. You making his book so special, and you tell him it's too dumb to know it. You are so darn wrong, Stelter. Mark Levin is not dumb. He's so smart. He knows the Constitution. He knows everything else. Everything else. So what about his own book? Yes, you guessed it. Here's my observation for you. Levin's try to discuss how those entrusted with news reporting in the world today. That's right. It has something to do, you guessed it, fake news. Like CNN The Liberal, or MSNBC, or CBS, or ABC, or NBC. What about the liberal media bias special people, buffoons, Smurfs, newspaper idiots? Like the New York Times, and of course, the Washington Post. And all the liberal media bias special people, buffoons, Smurfs. It's just too obvious. And give me one good reason why. Because it has something to do with not government oppression or suppression, as far as we're concerned. And this is why he writes, but self-censorship, group-thinking bias by ongoing mission, and passing off, stupid opinions. That's right, stupid opinions. All the propaganda, all the pseudo events, and all the outright lies of the news. That's why Mark Levin, yeah, that's right, Mark Levin's book description, according to Amazon.com. But you know what it means to be anything else to be civilized about this one? Because the moral of, you guessed it, my political life video blog story is that President Trump appears to be looking forward to reading Mark Levin's book. And that's why the word is out that that book is great. Wow. President Trump loves it. And it's great as well. So there you have it. There you have it. Mark Levin's Freedom Press. You can get it at your bookstore, or you go to Amazon.com and check it out for yourself. And that's why Mark Levin is right. That's right. He's right. You! CNN, the liberals' own Brian Stelter, yeah, you, Brian Stelter, are dead wrong. Checkmate, you lose. What else can I say? So, pick somebody your own size. And that's what you get for bashing. That's right, that's what you get for bashing, yes, Mark Levin's book. Like that. Because Mark Levin is coming right after you. And that's why Mark Levin's gonna get you real good. Now, anything else before I will trash you first, Brian Stelter? Good. Go to your room, Brian Stelter. Before I'm doing something very, very drastic to you. Thank you, Mark Levin, for telling the truth straight up. And to trash those no good for nothing liberal media by special people cooking smokes. Out the door. Forever. Any questions? Good. What else can I say? As far as we can. Anyways, that's my political life video blog story. And I'm sticking to it. And as always, we'll be right back with hashtag Omaha Choirs. Only on Facebook Watch. Right are these foreign sponsors. As for you, do this again, Brian Stelter. I will trash you good. Scram. Thank you, Mark Levin.